The introduction to the topic, the timeless tale of the prodigal son, sets the stage by exploring the essence of this parable that has endured through centuries. The prodigal son, a narrative from the Gospel of Luke in the Bible, tells the story of a younger son who demands his inheritance from his father, squanders it in reckless living, and eventually returns home in repentance, only to be warmly embraced by his forgiving father. This age-old tale embodies themes of redemption, forgiveness, and unconditional love, resonating deeply with audiences across various cultures and spiritual traditions. The significance of this parable lies in its universal appeal and its profound ability to speak to the human condition. It highlights the struggles of self-discovery, the allure of wayward paths, and the powerful message of returning to one's roots or true self. This story's enduring popularity is attributable to its moral teachings and its capacity to provide hope and reassurance about the possibilities of forgiveness and reconciliation in relationships. Real-world applications of the prodigal son are plentiful. Consider a teenager who rebels against their parents, venturing into the world with a false sense of wisdom, only to realize the value of their family and return home. Another example might be an individual who abandons a fulfilling career in pursuit of short-lived pleasures, later returning to their calling with renewed purpose and understanding. These scenarios illustrate the possibility of finding one's way back, irrespective of past missteps. Supporters of the parable argue that it embodies the essence of human fallibility and the innate desire for redemption. It suggests that no matter how far one strays, there is always a pathway home to acceptance and love. This story inspires countless individuals, encouraging them to seek forgiveness, reunite with loved ones, or rectify past failures. However, challenges to this narrative exist. Critics may argue that the story oversimplifies complex issues of moral accountability and the consequences of one's actions. Some may question if unconditional forgiveness undermines personal responsibility or enables repeated mistakes. Additionally, differing cultural or philosophical views might not align with the parable's message, emphasizing justice over mercy. The tale of the prodigal son serves as a foundational narrative that connects directly with themes of self-awareness, growth, and familial bonds. It influences discussions on forgiveness and redemption, inviting audiences to ponder their own journeys and the potential to find their own way back home, thus underscoring its relevance within the broader conversation on personal transformation and societal values. The journey of departure and self-discovery is a crucial concept within the broader narrative of the prodigal son, finding your way back home. At its core, this journey represents the essential phase where an individual ventures away from their familiar environment to explore new experiences and insights, ultimately leading to a deeper understanding of themselves. The departure signifies a break from tradition, comfort, or familial ties, while self-discovery is the introspective process that results in personal growth, resilience, and renewed perspectives. The significance of this point within the main topic is profound. It marks the beginning of transformation, a timeless aspect of human experience that symbolizes both liberation and the turbulence of venturing into the unknown. This departure is essential as it fosters independence, encourages exploring one's desires and limits, and lays the groundwork for eventual reconciliation and return. Two specific examples illustrate this journey. In literature, Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist chronicles Santiago's journey across the desert to realize his personal legend, a path that mirrors self-discovery through adventures, trials, and eventual enlightenment. In real life, Steve Jobs' departure from Apple in 1980 serves as a modern example. His time away from the company was one of introspection and growth, leading to a significant comeback, fundamentally altering the company's trajectory. Numerous accounts and opinions support this idea. Philosophers like Nietzsche have argued that periods of solitude and exploration are necessary for genuine self-awareness and creativity. They contend that stepping away from the familiar catalyzes profound personal insights and innovations. However, this concept is not without its challenges or alternative viewpoints. Critics argue that departures can lead to alienation or loss, potentially causing rifts that are difficult to mend. Others insist that not all individuals have the resources or support systems to safely explore these paths. Debates persist on whether self-discovery must always accompany separation from one's origins, or if it can be achieved while remaining within one's traditional framework. Ultimately, this journey connects to and influences other aspects of the main topic by illustrating the transformative process that leads to reintegration. By understanding the necessity of departure in the quest for self-discovery, one comprehends the eventual reconciliation as not just a return, but a reinvention of the self, enriched by newfound wisdom and perspective. This cyclical progression forms the narrative arc of the prodigal son, resonating deeply with the universal quest for identity and belonging. The concept of consequences and realizations in the wilderness refers to the turning point in the story of the prodigal son, where the son experiences the harsh realities of his actions and begins to understand the magnitude of his mistakes. This phase is critical as it signifies the moment of awakening for the prodigal son, where he must face the consequences of his recklessness and irresponsible decisions. It's a profound period of self-reflection and acknowledgement that leads to personal growth and transformation. In relation to the main topic, this point is pivotal because it represents the moment when the prodigal son begins his journey back home, both physically and metaphorically. Without these experiences in the wilderness, he might never have realized the need for change. The wilderness symbolizes a space where one confronts their vulnerabilities and contemplates the direction of their life, thus setting the stage for eventual redemption and reconciliation. To illustrate, consider someone who has lived beyond their means, accumulating significant debt. Eventually, they are forced to live with limited resources, learning the hard way the importance of financial responsibility. Similarly, an individual struggling with addiction might have to hit rock bottom, losing relationships or career opportunities before acknowledging the problem and seeking help. These scenarios parallel the prodigal son's journey, emphasizing the crucial role of adversity in fostering realization and change. Supporters of this idea argue that moments of struggle and hardship are necessary for personal development. It's through facing adversity that individuals are often compelled to reevaluate their choices and make meaningful changes. However, some may view this concept as problematic, suggesting it romanticizes pain or hardship as necessary for growth, potentially undermining the importance of preventive measures and support systems. Despite these challenges, the concept remains tightly woven into the fabric of the prodigal son's story, highlighting the potential for individuals to emerge stronger and wiser after facing life's trials. It underscores the idea that true understanding and self-awareness often arise not from comfort, but from adversity, influencing other aspects of the narrative, such as forgiveness, redemption, and the unconditional love of the Father. The journey through the wilderness not only prompts personal transformation, but also sets the stage for the ultimate reconnection and healing of broken relationships. The concept of the decision to return home represents a pivotal moment in the story of the prodigal son, embodying the transformative decision of acknowledging past mistakes and actively choosing to seek redemption and reconciliation. This decision is significant as it marks the transition from a journey of self-destruction and alienation to one of healing and growth. It highlights the intrinsic human ability to change course and the universal truth that it is never too late to return to one's roots or true values. In relation to the main topic, this decision underscores the theme of forgiveness and acceptance that is central to the parable. It serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of humility and the courage it takes to confront personal failures. This decision to return is not merely a physical journey, but a profound internal shift that signifies hope and renewal. A real-world example of this concept can be seen in individuals who, after years of estrangement due to addiction or personal issues, choose to rebuild relationships with family members. In these instances, the decision to return home often requires immense personal reflection and courage, and underscores the potential for healing and reconciliation. Another example is found in stories of former prisoners who, having served their time, decide to reintegrate into society, seeking redemption and a chance to make amends for their past actions. Their journeys underscore the belief in second chances and the enduring hope for transformation. Opinions supporting this concept often emphasize the resilience and forgiving nature inherent in family and community structures, advocating that society should facilitate the return of lost individuals with empathy and support. However, challenges to this viewpoint might include the skepticism and distrust that can arise from deeply hurt parties, questioning whether true change has occurred. Additionally, critics may argue that not all relationships or situations are worthy of being salvaged, especially in cases where return might perpetuate harm or unhealthy dynamics. The decision to return home influences other aspects of the main topic, such as the themes of forgiveness and personal redemption, by demonstrating that such ideals require active participation and willingness from both the returner and the receivers. This decision acts as a catalyst for the unfolding of these themes, ultimately speaking to the innate human yearning for connection, belonging, and the potential to find one's way back, no matter how far one has strayed. Overall, it enriches the narrative of the prodigal son by showcasing the profound impact of choice and redemption.